Inflation continues to destroy our purchasing power, and it's more important than ever to preserve our capital. This is where a high-yield savings account comes into play. Right now, with the high federal funds rates, many banks are offering 3 to 4% savings accounts. This is unheard of. Prior to this, most banks like Bank of America would only offer 0.1%. But you have to be careful. Some of these smaller banks are practicing with shady business practices. For me personally, when I look at a bank, I look at more than just the rate. Number one, they have to be FDIC insured. Number two, they have to be relatively well known. Number three, they have to have decent customer support. And number four, there shouldn't be any limitations on withdrawals because when I need my money, I need it urgently. So here are some of the top savings accounts I found for 2023. In no particular order, let's get right into it. Number one, SoFi. You might have heard about them when you're looking to refinance some of your student loans, but they also have a checkings and savings division. Let's just start with the basics. They are FDIC insured, and there are no account minimums, and there's no hidden fees. When you open up a SoFi account, you get both a checkings account and a savings account. Your checkings account will earn 1.2% APY per year, and your savings account will earn up to 4.2% as of the last rate. The only caveat is, in order to get that higher rate of 4.2%, you do need to set up a direct deposit with them. Without the direct deposit, you're only going to get 1.2% in both your checkings and your savings account. And the reason they want you to set up a direct deposit is essentially they want to become your primary bank. They're trying to attract new customers with consistent cash flow. In return, you'll get these high savings rates, and there's some other unique features that SoFi has. One of my favorite features about SoFi is their vaults. Vaults will essentially help you categorize your savings and help save up for certain purchases. Let's say you had multiple purchases coming up. A car payment, a vacation, and maybe even a down payment on a house. You can categorize your spending and put money into each one of these vaults to make sure you stay on track. And of course, all of these vaults are under your savings account, which means you'll get that high rate of 4.2%. Another neat feature they have is called Financial Insights. This allows you to track your credit score, your spending habits, and even your saving habits, and this will help you see the big picture. SoFi clearly has a lot of great features, but there are some downsides that I need to talk about. First of all, they're primarily an online bank, which means the best way to get money into the account is either through direct deposits or through transfers from an existing checkings account. You can deposit paper cash, but it's a little bit more difficult. You'd have to find a partnering ATM and deposit cash through them. In addition, you might be charged a small fee for making a deposit. Overall, they're a great financial institution, especially if you're looking for a primary bank with both a checkings and a savings account. And just an FYI, there's currently a sign-up bonus of $25 to $50, so if you're interested, I'll leave a link in the description below. Another great option right now is the Capital One 360 Performance Savings Account. Capital One is definitely one of the larger financial institutions on this list, and they offer both traditional banking and online banking. Their current savings rate is advertised as 3.5% APY. They are FDIC insured, there are no hidden fees, and there's no account minimums. There's not much more to say. They're a traditional bank with a great savings account. They don't have any categorical savings like vaults with SoFi, but they would allow you to open up multiple high-yield savings accounts if you had multiple big expenses. One nice feature is if you have a Capital One credit card, you can still use the same app to manage both your credit card and your savings account. Overall, if you want a bread and butter banking experience at an established institution, Capital One might be the right place for you. Another option is Ally Bank. They've been making huge strides in the last couple of years, and they've taken online banking to a whole new level. To start with the basics, they are FDIC insured, their current high yield savings rate is 3.75%, and there's no account minimums or hidden fees. Similar to SoFi, they have categorical savings, and they call them buckets. They already have some pre-built buckets, such as emergency funds, car payments, or housing payments, but you're allowed to create any customizable bucket that you choose. Another unique feature of Ally is their access to high yield CDs. A CD stands for a certificate of deposit, and it's an alternative form of savings. A typical CD will range anywhere from 3 months all the way up to 2 years. And if you were to try and withdraw your money early, there are usually very high fees associated with this. Unique to Ally, they have a special CD called the No Penalty CD. This will give you access to the high yield CD rate, but there's no early withdrawal penalty. The only caveat is you must leave your money in for at least 7 days, and after that, you're free to withdraw your money at any time. The catch is you have to withdraw the entire amount all at once. With the savings account, you're able to withdraw a custom amount of cash, but essentially with the CD, you would need to close the account completely. Overall, Ally is one of my favorite banks because they've really thought about the customer. They have a fantastic way to organize your savings, and they give you access to high yield savings accounts such as these CDs, and overall, they have great customer experience. And if you're finding value in this video, please consider subscribing. I'm still working full-time as a doctor, and these videos take a lot of time for me to make. I would truly appreciate your support. Number 4 on the list, and one of my personal favorites, Ivy Bank. Full disclosure, I'm a little bit biased here because I currently use Ivy Bank as my personal bank when I was in Massachusetts, but they're fantastic and I'm going to tell you why. Ivy Bank is the digital division of Cambridge Bank located in Massachusetts. They were first found in 1834 and they have a fantastic reputation. They are currently offering 2 various savings accounts. The first one is a variable rate savings account set at 4.5%, and the second one is an index savings rate, which is indexed against the 1-month treasury. It's important to know there is an account minimum of $2,500. Personally, I went with the index savings account when I opened it up 6 months ago because I like to track my savings rate over time. I can look up the publicly available treasury data at any time and see what rate I'm going to get for that month. Overall, they're just a solid bank with a proven track record. And it was easy for me because when I lived in Massachusetts, I was in Boston and Cambridge was just a couple of minutes away. Last I checked, you could sign up online no matter which state you reside in. I believe California is the only exception. Moving on to the next account, Wealthfront Cash. I call it an account and not a bank because they are not a traditional bank and they'll advertise it right on the front page. They partner with other banks to offer you the traditional checkings and savings portion that banking allows, but they also have an investment branch where you can take your money from your checkings and savings and put it into the market very easily. Currently, their high yield savings account is advertised as 4.3%. There are no account minimums and there's no hidden fees. In addition, they are FDIC insured, but they actually have a bonus here. They can insure your money up to $2 million because of their multiple bank connections. They do have specialized savings called categories, and it's very similar to the buckets feature and the vaults feature of SoFi and Ally. You have unlimited number of categories you can create, and they're all going to earn that 4.3% high yield savings rate. They also have a fantastic mobile app where you can manage your savings and your investments very easily. And similar to SoFi, you can link your external accounts, and this will help you develop a sense of the bigger financial picture. Personally, the feature that is most exciting to me is the ability to transfer money from your checkings and savings account into the investment account very easily. There are a few negatives because they're not a traditional bank. Let's say you needed to write a personal check, you don't have that option with Wealthfront. Instead, they would write a check in their name and then withdraw money from your account. In order to use this feature though, you would have to be established for at least 60 days and you needed to have made a direct deposit of at least $250. Overall, any of these accounts will get the job done if your primary goal is to keep up with inflation and keep your purchasing power. My personal favorites are SoFi, Ivy Bank, and Ally Bank. And if you want to step up your financial game, US Treasuries are a great alternative to high yield savings accounts. Currently, the 13-week Treasury is offering 4.8%, and this is a great time to lock in that rate. If you're interested, you can check out my other video where I tell you everything you need to know about US Treasuries. Anyways, I hope you learned something, hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you next time. Peace, guys.